Alright fellas, so listen up. I got a confession to make. And the confession is that I kind of kept the secret from y'all for like the last 7 months. And a lot of you have been asking me about it because you guys have seen it. Some of you don't know why I'm doing it. Some of you have caught on to why I'm doing it. But if you guys have noticed, whenever I'm PvPing and my opponent Vs, you probably have noticed me. I've started to do this to people, and then it reveals them on the map, and I can see where they're Ving to, and then I clap them, right? There's actually a second method to do that. You can actually have these marking reagents as well, and you can do that. But the flare tactic is supremely OP because you can just do it without having to mark them on the body every death, and then you can save those marking reagents for people like, you know, people like ninjas and kunos that may go invisible, and then you can reveal the invisibility and all that good stuff. Also, it actually reveals hashes, suck hashes, tornadoes too when you throw them. When you throw the marking reagent at the hashashin, it'll also reveal succession hashes as well. Now, the flare trick, I have seen a couple of people from certain siege guilds try to copy me on that, and they're actually doing it wrong. So they do it wrong, and it's too slow, and they don't have enough time to actually go catch the person because they're not doing it properly. And it's a secret that I've kept, and what's really interesting about the trick is that you can actually beat the flare tech. There's a way to make it so that even if I do that trick with how quickly I do it, I won't be able to catch you, and I won't even be able to see you on the map when I do it. I won't reveal that trick. However, if you guys want me to teach you how to do the flare trick, because it is actually very strong in PvP, get this video 500 likes. If this video gets 500 likes, I will reveal the secret. Some of you guys in the comments have actually caught on to why I do it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me just go ahead and show y'all.
You know I'm out for blood. I'm feeling dangerous. I just can't get enough.
When you do that trick, you catch them on their V, they come out, they're pretty defenseless, they can't do anything. Like I said, 500 likes, I will reveal the trick. Now, like I said, there is a way to make it so that if I ever do that trick to you, you can make it so that my flare won't even track you if you do it properly. However, I will not reveal that because let's say this video gets 500 likes and the entire game starts doing that crap. You know, I'm looking out for myself, okay? Y'all, yeah, 500 likes. I'll teach y'all the trick. But yeah, you know. By the way, guys, that whole Neptune thing, I ended up just explaining it on stream, so that's why I didn't upload yesterday. So we just kept that on stream, and then that was it. So honestly, I'm ignoring it from now. I mean, that's kind of the best way to go. He's never gonna really get attention after this. Like, that's it from me. Because like in this month, I want to at least have 21 uploads done at the very least. I'm trying to do my best to go ham on that and get back on track and get back in routine of uploading. So I also saw in the comment section yesterday, somebody's asking why I grind centaurs. I know it's kind of weird to see a, you know, decently good person grinding here, but essentially, whenever I have Agris, I just come over here because it's kind of busted. So here's what I make per hour at centaurs with Agris. So yeah, that's why I grind centaurs with Agris. I mean, it's literally just free money for as a Musa main because we make so much trash out here. And also another thing is because I'm currently grinding out Capris, the Capris per hour here is also very high, so that's another big benefit of grinding out here. But guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I actually haven't done this before, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So I actually have never done a thing kind of where I go PvP and explain to you what I'm doing as I fight. So why don't we just do that for the rest of this video? You know what I'm saying? Let me teach you guys a little bit, and if you guys want, I'll even go crazy. There's a thing that almost every BDO player doesn't understand that there is once you play fighting games. So there's something called a neutral. The neutral is pretty much the distance you're playing at until you get a catch. Unless you outgear the person like really hard and can just out SA trade them, then that shouldn't matter too much, but it still matters because you need to understand that if you don't get hit, you're not taking damage, and if you're hitting them and they can't hit you, you're winning, right? So that's how you gotta play. So like right now, you can see I'm right here. I purely won off of just spacing out and making sure that he can't hit me, right? And now, look, this is all you have to do. So essentially what the neutral is a lot of people don't understand this in this game, and it's kind of sad that people don't understand this because this community is too toxic for people to like come together and talk about this in a very professional way. However, the neutral is essentially the area and distance where you're trying to both catch each other, and you gotta use specific skills. You can't just throw out random skills. So you can see like right now, he's flailing shit and I'm just kiting him a little bit, right? And that's a big advantage for me because his skill cooldowns are gonna go off. And now if I go trade him, he won't be able to really trade me back. And that's like a big advantage I get. So that's why a lot of the times when people fight me, they just think I'm running, but I'm not. I'm actually just frustrating them because everything they do just misses. You can see right here when I traded him, right? This guy's from Corrupt, and that's the Siege Guild. So this guy has to be geared, number one. And number two, you can see while I was fighting him, I made him whiff every SA trade on the air. And then when he whiffs it, I go in and punish him for it. This is kind of like a concept called Whiff Punishing. This can be very, very, very strong if you understand this concept in PvP. So as you can see, that guy, like, I already know, like, I've known from the first fight that we had, right? I pretty much know that 9 times out of 10, if I fight him, he's never gonna beat me, pretty much, for the most part. Like, for the most part, I'm gonna win most fights. Like 99.9%, I am sure that if I fight him, the only way he's gonna kill me is if I get knocked out of a super armor or desync, for the most part. Maybe he might get a catch if I mess up, right? But I'm pretty good about, like, playing pretty safe, you know? That's very important. And something as little as this, if you can get a grasp on it, you can make the difference in a fight. I'm telling you. A lot of people just don't understand that there is a neutral that exists in BDO. And talking about the neutral, I mean, there's so much more that exists. It's not just Whiff Punishing and looking for that, but it's also looking for the gaps in the kit, the punishes. And another thing that people don't really give non-grab classes credit for is that as a non-grab class, you need to know how to CC people without a grab, which means I can't bypass your super armor, which means I have to look for a gap, or I have to heavily out SA trade you, not skill you, right? And as a Musa mate, I'm pretty much a veteran of Musa. I'm telling you, like, I have played this game so much, I have looked at every class. I know what every class does. I know what mistakes to look for. I know everyone's kit, and that's the thing that I've done. And that can greatly assist you in the neutral. So that's pretty much as simple as either A, making a trial character and then deleting it, and then that's how you can look at the skills, or B, go on BDOcodex.com, go to the skill tree, and then that way you guys can actually look and learn about which skill is safe, what's unprotected. And then as you play, you're going to slowly find consistent gaps to knock people out of in the kit. For example, on a Musa, there's a gap on the very beginning of Below the Belt, a gap in the very beginning of Backflow, there's a gap on the ending of Fiery Crevice, and the beginning if you linger it. So there's a lot of things you can learn if you just understand these mechanics. Because I know that when I fight most people in this game, they're just throwing random skills. They don't understand this concept whatsoever. And when you actually understand this, it's going to be crazy. Also, guys, if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask me on Twitter, or join the community Discord, or even ask in the comments. I'm more than happy to ask and go in depth about it. But yeah, just know that this exists. Alright, so for example, I'm going to show you guys another example of the neutral, right? So in this fight, I lose if I sit right here in front of her face. If I get anywhere close, because I'm going to get grabbed, right? So what I'm going to do is, because this guy's a BDO player. I'm sorry, it's an insult, but it is. Oh my... You are just... This is what I'm talking about. People get impatient. They're BDO players. I'm a fighting game player. Y'all understand now or no? That was the silliest mistake that I have seen in the wild. But yeah. As I was going to say, people get very impatient in BDO. That's why they complain about Musa's running and whatnot and everything. But I have done this tactic since forever. I know what I'm doing when I fight people, so... I think he's going to spawn over here. I'm going to go after him again. You can see how when I do a trade I kind of reposition myself. I don't want to make myself an easy grab. So you can see I'm not running at him. I mean I could, but I need to get a catch. Thing is the Valkyrie, he's just gonna hold permanent QSA block, right? That should be a gap. Oh, I had no stamina, but that's fine. I'm gonna get my stamina back. I could have killed him right there because that's because there's a gap on the end of it. Actually probably just unsafe against me. He's just gonna keep dashing at me. He's getting very impatient, which is a mistake. What you should be doing is just sitting and blocking and turtling and not even chasing me at all, but you know.